everybody, welcome back to Prison Architect. Whoa, it's been a little while. I apologize for that. I was away last week for most of the week. I went to Los Angeles with my good friend Mark Turpin from the Oxcast. We went out to visit Blizzard and do a sponsored thing while we were there. We did an escape room. It was Hearthstone themed and it was pretty fun. We had a good time, but we were pretty tired when we got back. Hence, there weren't many videos last week. But this week I'm getting back on track. So hopefully that should be a thing, getting back on track. Anyway, back to Prison Architect. We have a prisoner intake happening right now. Let's see who's coming into the jail. Club Med is looking pretty good. We got all of our minimum security people over there. Hopefully just turning over a hefty profit for us in terms of people getting out of here early on parole and reform and stuff like that. Let's speed the game up a little bit so we can see who's coming in because we're done playing on slow mode, right? We got an ex-law enforcement and a snitch in here. And we have capacity for them in protective custody. So let's send them to protective custody before somebody decides to kill them. Protective custody for both of these people. We should have some more people coming in. A skilled fighter and a gang member. And then just a bunch of nobodies as well. Perfect. Okay. More lives have been saved today in our Women's Federal Institution Correctional Facility in the United States of America. I'm not sure where exactly. It used to be New York State, but maybe now it's somewhere else. I don't know. Somewhere else in the US of A where it rains a lot. Like maybe Seattle. Maybe we're in Seattle, it turns out. Who knows? I don't know. Anyway, MinSec is ticking along. We have a little bit of money. We're hoping to make some money today as well. It's 10 a.m. We have a whole bunch of people. Actually, we have a ton of free time that's lasting for another 59 hours, if you remember from last time, which means that productivity is not going to be great. But hopefully people will still be getting out on parole on the regular today. That would be nice. We have all of this space which we can reclaim now, and we can use it for other stuff. Like making more parole rooms for normal sec. And in fact, actually, deployment-wise, we can now say that we want this to be medium sec only, pretty much, right? We're not letting anyone else out here. So the mail room can now be for normal sec. The shop can be for normal sec. And in fact, most of this can just be normal sec now, right? Except for maybe... What's this in here? Oh yeah, this is the other side of the visitation. And the infirmary as well. All right, we have to sort out these infirmaries, okay? We have to sort out these infirmaries. It's going to be kind of important to do this because we want to make sure that everybody has access to an infirmary. We want to also make sure that these guys have access to here. Okay, we're looking good. So Supermax is fine. Max Sec is fine as well. And then Normal Sec now occupies this massive area of the prison. And then we're going to probably move protective custody out of here as well. Death row is looking fine too. And also, holy crap, this kitchen should only be used by staff. And also out here should just be staff only as well. Perfect. Okay, we're looking pretty good. We got garbage deliveries and exports outside as well. And we're probably going to tart up the area out here. Some roadblocks and stuff pretty soon too. Because I think we're going to need to, because we want to make sure that nobody just walks out the front door and then gets out of here, right? Like that would just be the worst. Oh my god, look at this too. What have we done? The fence is all wrong here. Oh god, okay, we're gonna have to fix this fence. We're gonna have to line it up so that we can get the roadblock down here too. Alright, let's do that first then. That'll be our first job, to fix this fence. We're gonna add fence all the way down here. I guess we're leaving 2 squares away from the edge. That should be fine, probably. I'm hoping. Like, you know, it's probably not the best, but there you go. We'll figure it out. Some way or another, we will figure it out. When was the last time we did a shakedown? Maybe it was a little while ago, actually. Okay, we're gonna do a shakedown while we're doing that then. We're gonna make sure that all of our dudes are doing the stuff that they need to do. Everybody's busy finding power tools and hammers and spoons and you name it. Man, they're gonna find it. It's like all of our guards are trained to be sniffer dogs as well, even though they're not dogs. So they're in there just sniffing around. That they're getting into the bed sheets, sniffing pillows, and they're just sniffing the prisoners, and just a lot of weird, creepy sniffing is going on inside the prison today. But it's important because we need to find all of this stuff, because I think most of the women in here will agree they would rather be sniffed a little in a creepy way than be bludgeoned to death by a hammer or have their head sawed off by another inmate, or, you know, have a about 25 cigarettes extinguished on their face by another inmate, or, you know, be drilled in the head by another inmate. There's a million ways to go in prison, and not one single one is better than the other. They're all terrible. Jugging happens as well. There's some poison needles. There's just a big bottle of poison that somebody could just receive in the mouth as well. Like a shard of glass. Imagine getting stabbed in your eyeballs with that thing. No thanks. Like, these are all horrific ways to go, and nobody really wants to go out that way. So we're gonna make sure that nobody goes out that way. All right, how are we doing in terms of... Okay, it's looking good. We don't have a million metal detectors here. One thing that we are gonna need, so that everything is sort of like uniform, is we're gonna need some more radiators. And how are we looking in terms of temperature? Okay, it's cold as a motherfuck in here. So we're gonna have to make sure that we warm it up a little bit for the ladies. I mean, in the actual cell blocks it's fine, but out in the canteen, I think the canteen could use like a heater or two, just to keep it like nice and warm out here. So let's get some radiators installed. Right by, you know what? We're gonna get the radiators installed right by the weightlifting equipment. I think that's a pretty good idea. I mean, I know when I'm lifting weights, which is like pretty much all the time, I like to have a radiator right next door so that I get extra sweaty, and that just kind of does it for me. That's pretty good. I think we're gonna have one boiler for like every 2 blocks here, right? I think that makes more sense. So we're gonna have to run the electrics to here like this. We're gonna have to run this large pipe up in here like this, and then we're gonna have to get the hot water spilling out into here sort of like this, and hopefully this will work, but we'll have to see. Okay, so let's get something like that. We're gonna have to get radiator installed there too, and we're gonna have to get the hot water pipes following down all the way here, down here, and then of course we've managed to put the radiator like off the grid a little bit, which is my bad. I'm pretty dumb. I mean, you guys probably have noticed this through watching me play video games for some time now, how dumb I am. I make stupid mistakes, and that's just a testament to one of the many mistakes that I've made. It looks like we lost a death row inmate as well, who's probably now being normalized back into the prison. We were unable to execute whoever that was. That death row is something that I haven't been paying attention to whilst I've been creating Club Med. Kinsley Whidden is still in there with a 21% chance of clemency. I think the other person who was in there had an even lower chance of clemency, but managed to get it. So it just shows it's the season. Look, it's snowing. It's December. It's the season of miracles, and a miracle has occurred for whoever that was on death row. They will no longer be executed now. They will just be living their life in the prison like a candle in the wind instead, which I'm pretty good with, actually. I wonder who it was though, and I wonder if they went into. We've got a legendary in Supermax. It doesn't look like we have any other legendaries in here, but we have this person here who actually has 3. Is it her? Yeah, it is her. Who is this? Ellie Edwards. She's been convicted for rioting. She's got 5 years in here for rioting. That's not too bad in the grand scheme of things. I mean, yeah, sure, rioting is not the best, but at least she didn't kill anyone that we know of anyway. She didn't kill anybody that we know of, so that's the main thing. All right, so let's make sure that we're copying a sector of the jail that is not like you know, featuring a million metal detectors. I think this one should probably be fine. And then we should be good to actually build it like down here, right? Am I right when I say this? No, we're not, because look, the laundry basket. Okay, let's just make sure we don't have a laundry basket in the frame either. And then we should be fine to do this, like that, like that, like that, and also like this as well. Perfect. Is that, oh shit, you know what we just did though? I just realized, hang on a second. Okay, so we have to go concrete wall, and then we have to, there, okay, perfect. That's not gonna open it up now. And then what we could do instead is put the radiator up here, and then we're all ready to go. We got another block all set to go with some more space for minimum security. We have 6 more minimum security turning up in the next 2 hours, and 9 normal security. So that's pretty good. I don't think we found any tunnels during the whatchamacallit, but let's just double check by going like this. Whew, nothing. Okay, there was no tunnels during the shakedown is what I meant to say. It was during the shakedown. Is anybody actually working in here right now? Is anyone preparing meals for all of these people who are up here just like beavering away on God knows what? I don't even know what they're working on. What could they actually be working on? We pretty much unlocked everything. Except for legal prep, offshore tax haven, and then of course legal defense as well. But we don't really need any of that stuff right now. I think if we were like under the hammer somehow, somebody was like, you know, the CEO or whatever was like pissed with us and saying that we did something bad and then we have like 5 days to like buck up our ideas or whatever, that would be when we'd want to use like the legal defense and the legal prep. It's like a get out of jail free, but you have to spend like 20 grand or something on it. It's something that we could think about doing. Wow, look, the library is actually starting to get some books. God, this is good actually. This is really good. All right, we're gonna have an intake in a second, so let's just make sure that nobody needs to be rescued here. Looking good so far. The first van and the second van have just a bunch of nondescripts. Okay, and we're gonna have to get. Wow, look at our coverage. Holy shit! Everybody's 100%. All right, Avery Wood. Let's try you and see if you know anything about these two people that are coming in. I guess moving protective custody out of like the bigger part of the prison is gonna be like our next job, right? We'll save up some money and do that. And all the while, we'll continue to expand Club Med and make it even bigger. Get some bigger intake and stuff. Okay, we do have a snitch here. I don't know if we have the capacity. So this snitch is going to have to go into MinSec instead. Where it should be like safe for a time at least. And then once some space clears up, we'll get them moved into protective custody instead. It looks like the intake is going to happen for her inside of the normal sec. Reception room, and then she's just gonna get moved across the way. Okay, that's perfect. And look at all of these like early fees that we got for this is so good actually. We're in such a good spot here with all this. All right, let's get the road gate set up then. Let's finally get a road gate set up, shall we? We're gonna get the road gate set up here, and we're gonna surround it with some fences. It's gonna be pretty nice. Let's get some fences like in and around like here, like that, and here too. And then we're gonna do the same thing down here because this should be done. Yes, it is. Okay, so let's demolish these walls. We don't need these walls here anymore, so let's just demolish them. And then we can have it line up at the bottom. And we'll have a road gate at the bottom as well. So that's if anybody decides to go out the front door, they've got a mission ahead of them. See, they're gonna have to do it like, they're gonna have to come up and get out of here as well, which is never gonna work for them. Okay, let's put this thing on here. We'll put this servo on here. Make sure that it's got some power, and then we can add that to like the servo network as well. That'd be pretty good. And then we can make sure that it's opening remotely without needing like a guard to do it. Because like right now, look, everybody just gets stuck up there, and a guard needs to just run all the way up. But pretty soon we'll have that sorted out. Look at the storage. It's overflowing with stuff. Jeez, okay, we're gonna have to sort that out at some point as well. So it turns out we probably had a whole bunch of extra stuff off the back of this, right? But we're slowly gonna start using it because a lot of the stuff that was dismantled is just gonna be used in here instead. We have 10 minimum security, 10 normal security arriving in the next 17 hours. That's probably fine. Have they finished putting the power down here? Tell me they have. What the hell? Why is this like... What the hell? I don't understand why that's like not hooked up. It doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, so let's see. Who's going to be in charge of... You know what? It's going to be this guy. It's going to be you. You're going to be in charge of this servo up here as well. Okay. That's like the main prison, right? We need like a... We need to have like a separate... I don't know, actually. Do we need servos here? I mean, we only have 2 doors. The rest of it is all pretty much open. Like, I don't know if we actually need it. I feel like Club Med is like pretty well covered right now. It's pretty nice. Okay, is that working automatically now? Yes, it is. Okay, perfect. So now we have the flow of traffic and foot traffic coming in here, no problem. So that means that we're almost ready to get a roadblock set up down here as well, which is pretty nice. It's good to finally have this stuff sorted out, actually. It's been a long time coming, right? Like, we've had it like wide open and insecure out here for such a long time now. It's gonna be great to actually have it sorted out. Okay, good. So let's get the electrical system in here as well. We're gonna have to like run it like this. You know what? Actually, let's run it from here. These guys can like take some of the responsibility. I couldn't think of the word. I couldn't think of the word that I wanted to use there. They could take some of the responsibility, okay? We got plenty of power in Club Med. We got power to spare, it's fine. We've got a whole bunch of power to spare in Club Med, and it's fine, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna spare a little bit of power, because again, it's the season of miracles. It's also the season of giving as well, and we wanna make sure that everybody is, you know, giving and receiving, and much like, sort of like shipping and receiving. Look, the gardeners are even sweeping the roads out here and stuff too. It looks like some sort of tase is happening in Max Sec, but it wasn't too much for our boys in blue to handle. Let's do another shakedown, because it looks like even though we just did one 5 seconds ago, already there's like 4 hammers, 3 garden shears, 2 fatal drills, and a bottle full of piss. On the 8th day of Festivus, my true love gave to me 1 golden shiv, 4 police batons, 3 French hens, 2 cellular phones, and a lighter with a cigarette taped to it as well. Because that's how they deliver stuff in prison, right? You know, somebody would give you that's like a common thing you would receive in prison. You know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't just get like a cigarette. You would get a cigarette taped to a lighter, because you need both of those things, right? They're both contraband. It's like a package of contraband instead of giving 2 separate pieces of contraband. At least that's how I think it would work. Logically, it makes sense that it would work that way. But you know what? Maybe I'm full of shit as well. Maybe like I don't know what I'm talking about. But I like to feel like I know what I'm talking about. Like, in my bones. I like to feel it deep down in my bones that I know what I'm talking about. All right. Whilst all this stuff is being built and sorted out, it looks like our roadblocks are now sorted out as well. Let's go for like a 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're gonna go for a 3 gap here, and we're gonna remake protective custody, and we're gonna separate it out from the rest of the prison. Okay, we're gonna separate it out from Club Med. We're gonna separate it out from like the other one as well, and we're gonna make it a little bit bigger, because our prison, it turns out like our prison population is nearing the 500 mark. Although we only have 348 inmates somehow. But that's gonna grow and grow and grow, because look, Club Med is just gonna be a fucking beast before we know. Look at the size of this thing. Oh my god, this prison is huge. Kinsley Whidden is still at 21% as well, surprisingly. Okay, and the shakedown is still happening. Okay, so let's say we make protective custody about this big, and we'll leave some room in here for expansion as well. We'll even give them a yard and stuff too. I think the yard will be like pretty awesome. We can maybe even make like an internal yard, which is of course like my dream come true. I've always wanted to have, ever since I was a boy, I've always dreamed of having an internal yard. I think an internal yard could be pretty good. All right, so let's make the entrance down here. Okay, we're gonna make like a little sort of airlock thing here, so that when you come in, there's gonna be some metal detectors, a light, some doors and stuff, and then off you go straight into like this hallway, which is gonna lead into, I don't know, like a canteen probably or something. We're gonna have like some cells set up sort of like here, I'm thinking. So if we go for like 9, and then we go like up to here, say, and then we go like another 9. Okay, so that's like a row of cells, and then 1, 2, 3, and we can have another row of cells here as well. I think that's pretty much in the middle, right? 9, yeah, awesome. Okay, that's already like a huge population of how many? 1, 2, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my god, that is unbelievable, isn't it? That is too bad. Really, that is just too bad. Okay, what we're gonna have to do then is probably have it join up like down to here. Does this work now? Okay, that works. That works, and that actually gives us, okay, you know what? This works out pretty good. Okay, so we're gonna put them all in here. We're gonna have them all in here like this. It's gonna be similar to like sort of the setup we have maybe in MaxSec. It kind of looks a bit like what we have in MaxSec. This hallway is huge here for basically no reason as well. So I think we're probably gonna want to like have it go to here. So it'll go to like here. So that means that we can get rid of this crap. Okay, and then it can go like here, and instead it go up like this, right? And then we can go like boop, 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 boop. Okay, planning is so important in this game, right? If you never play this game, and you want to like start playing this game, you have to realize that planning is pretty much the most important goddamn thing that you can do in this game. It's going to save you a lot of time. It's going to also save you a lot of money as well, and we have an intake coming pretty soon. And this intake should actually fill up this block as well. Holy crap, we have like, what, 31 people coming in the next hour? That's pretty good, actually. That's nice. That's going to be a lot of Joes turning up. Or a lot of Janes, I should say. It's a lot of Jane Does turning up. Okay, so we'll have some access into this like this, and then our population capacity for protective custody should be like tripled, if not quadrupled off the back of this. This should be nice. This should be able to handle all of their needs and stuff. We're going to give them a big canteen with all the amenities. We're going to have a parole room in here for them as well. It's going to be pretty nice. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3. We want to also always space by 3, right? So that we know like what we're up against. Okay, perfect. You know what? Actually, we'll close this off, and then we'll make it so that we have metal detectors up here, and up here as well. So this will be like a wall. Hang on. It'll be a wall that goes down like this, okay? Okay, so they're gonna need some solitary confinement as well. And a big canteen and some parole rooms as well. And then probably a yard too. So solitary confinement, we can maybe just like earmark like 3 of these cells, make these solitary cells. The rest of them could just be normal cells. I think that would be fine actually. It's fine to have solitary cells right next to the other cells. They just have to have a place to go when they've been misbehaving, right? That's the main thing. And then in here we can have like a big canteen. It'll have everything they need to like sit down and stuff like that. And you know what? I'm thinking that maybe this kitchen can be responsible for it. We could give them like an easy way to get into the prison, like from here. We can have another door up here. And then we can make it so that, well, I don't know actually, that door, you know what? They could come down here and just come through the normal door, because this will be all secured down here like this anyway. So that should be fine. Okay, perfect. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we're gonna want to have a parole room. Let's make also for these people a mail room as well. That'll be pretty useful. And then let's also give them a, what, do they need like a psychologist or anything? I don't know if they actually need a psychologist. But we could give them a cleaning cupboard. That could be, fuck! Who died? Oh shit, don't tell me. Don't fucking tell me. Okay, she's been apprehended. It is of course Kennedy Scales. And it looks like her cohort here, Costa, have managed to kill one of my guards. Oh, for shit's sake. Okay, what kind of guard was it? It was an armed guard. Okay, we're gonna have to replace this dead armed guard. Fuck! Unbelievable, Supermax. At least a prisoner didn't die, but it's even worse than when a guard dies, right? It's awful when a guard dies. Fuck's sake. Holy shit. Oh, and we also did a intake as well, right? We have to make sure that we have nobody. We're gonna have to call in the heavies here. All right, April Wolfinger. It looks like we've lost a couple of informants too. Okay, April, get in here and show me if anybody needs to be rescued. It looks like we have a question mark up here. So it's very likely that somebody is gonna need to be rescued, but we'll see. We'll see like the hit target around them and stuff. We'll make sure that we save their lives. Anybody? April, oh, look. So close. Okay, okay, our protective custody capacity is pretty good. So let's get you into protective custody before it's too late. Jesus, that was close actually. Holy crap. Okay. We almost lost somebody there, boys. We were really close to losing somebody. Oh, and it looks like potentially we have room now for you to go into protective custody as well, Brooklyn Cates. Don't worry about it. Okay, we're gonna get you sent out there. Don't you dare! Don't go in there! It's dangerous! It's really dangerous. We're gonna have to get you out of here quickly. Come on, run back to your cell quick before somebody shanks you. It's gonna happen. Somebody's got like the, you know, the toothbrush with the, okay, good. She's out. No, she's going back in. Unbelievable. Why would she even go back in? Maybe the deployment's all fucked up? No, the deployment is not all fucked up. The deployment's fine. For some reason, she's decided to go back into a canteen that's not even hers. Look, she's just like hellbent on mixing with the locals. Some of them are nude as well in the canteen, if you can believe that. Holy crap. Please survive, Jessica Fletcher. Murder, She Wrote is something that we definitely need. And we don't want the murder happening to you because you won't be able to write about it, Jess. You're gonna have to go back into protective custody where you won't be murdered yourself. Oh shit, she's just chilling as well. Nobody is coming to help her. Come on, guards. Do the right thing. Get Jessica Fletcher out of here. Petition for Jessica. Where did she go? She disappeared. Where the hell did Jessica Fletcher go? I've lost her. Is that her? No. She's been lost. Oh, shit. Hopefully she's being taken to the right place. I'm hoping that this is the case. She hasn't, like, gone back to her cell or anything, has she? I have no idea. Okay, she's just disappeared. Jessica Fletcher is teleported into protective custody, we hope, and is not going to die now, with any luck. All right, well, there we go. Another episode of Prison Architect completed. We'll be back to being regular. We have 86 grand in the bank now, which is pretty good. It means we could probably build our protective custody, our new protective custody, which will be a lot better than the old one. And we can continue building out Club Med as well, getting our prisoner capacity up to 500, completing that grant. It looks like we only have 3 hours left of free time before everybody can get back to work, which would be pretty nice, although it doesn't really matter. We're already making a ton of money. And then we will keep expanding and creating the biggest prison anybody has ever seen in their whole lives, because already this one's getting pretty big, and it's showing no signs of slowing either, which is nice. So as usual, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time!